Hey everybody, it's Chris and Tony back with another review for the TigerSox series,
That's
as we
right.
call our beer
Here we
gourmet.
are.
We have another Hoosier beer, and we're hoping this one has a more appeal across the board than the last one did.
Please.
Um, but we still want to give thanks, regardless of whether we like the beer or not, to my man Chris, Mr.
Yes.
Gone V6. If you want to follow him on Instagram, he does take really nice pictures,
He does.
well lit, and he's a great guy. He sends me a beer from Indiana. We get Hoosier beers, and he sent this very interesting packaging. This is an 8-ounce
I
can
love this can.
of the Russian Imperial Stout from Flat12 Brewing, and they're out of Indianapolis. This does have a high ABV, 10.5.
Good Russian Imperial.
Exactly,
Yeah,
but
it's really big.
I've never had anybody say,
It's gonna be
you've had enough
big.
by doing that. It's a high ABV, and eight ounces is plenty for you. That's
Yeah.
all you need.
So we're gonna split it.
Um,
We each have four, so this won't be.
yeah, this isn't
We
going
won't
to
be
take.
drinking this long.
No, obviously, but it has IBUs on here too, 86. So that's, I think, kind of high for
That's
a
high
for a
for
for a stout period, I
Stout
think.
period, yeah.
But
That's almost like a intense IPA.
yeah, that's like a bitter. That's a rather bitter stout. But this is the Pinko Russian Imperial Stout from Flat12 Bierweks. They do not have a packaged on or brewed on date, but it is in a can. Love those
The
Indiana
cool
breweries
can,
and
man.
those cans. And the seamer, I can tell. I don't know where the seamer is coming from, but it's getting better. Seriously, this seam is a lot less
Yeah. It's less pronounced.
rough
Yeah.
or pronounced as they were the first time Chris sent beers this way. So hats off to Indiana breweries for bringing in those cans.
That's all.
Uh,
I love the can though. This reminds me of
this
being
is
a
great,
kid
yeah. And here's
when your
just so
mom
you
would
can
let
get
you have
the
a soda, but she wouldn't let you have a normal can
exactly.
of
There's the
pop
bear
or soda, however.
wearing the ball cap with the star on it.
So you would get those little teeny like, here's a 7 Up. This is all
Exactly.
you get.
Or Jones Soda, I think. If those, I don't know whether Jones Soda is available across the country or not. I found it in the Midwest. I found it here in Vegas, but it is reminiscent of Jones Soda
It
cans.
just reminds me of teeny cans of, and this is the first time I've ever had a beer in this kind of can.
Yeah, I mean,
This size of can.
I
So
remember.
it was always fun to have the
It
first,
seemed
you know.
like my old man had a buddy who could get these Budweiser's 8-ounce cans like this, and I always wondered what was the point of that. But since it is such a small can, and Russians are known for drinking their vodka out of tumblers, I thought rather than go for a stout glass, which basically is a pint glass, let's go with these tumblers from the lovely Venetian
From the
Hotel
Venetian.
here in Las Vegas.
I
And
used to work there for 8 years, so
since
I have Venetian stuff around.
since Tony is the pouring guy, I'm going to hand the
The
can to
pouring
him.
guy.
Yep,
This beer has been it's not chilled.
it is not chilled,
It's gonna be
so
room temp, sitting in a oh crap. Hello. It's been sitting in a pantry for about a week or so, ever since we received it from Chris in the mail. And all right, okay. Not much of a nose yet, but maybe
smells like a stout.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not really overwhelming, but
get the coffee notes.
once we
on it
pour
for
it, I'm sure we'll be in business. So let's get this 4 ounces for you, 4 ounces of me. I don't really know because I've never had a beer in a can this size. I'm not really sure how good I'm going to be at
Pour,
making this an
I guess
even
pour a
pour.
little in each and see how that is, and
Yeah, this looks like we're just having a cocktail, like a contact
exactly.
or
And
something.
it's like a brandy snifter almost.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay.
All right, now
So
we got a full pour and plenty of space for the
a
air
friend
to
of
get
ours,
through it.
Guy Medley, he's a big stout drinker. So, Guy, this one might be one that you might not have an easy time finding, but it is a Russian Imperial Stout, and from
It smells like a
Indiana.
Russian Imperial Stout. It's got, I'm picking up
Oh yeah,
chocolate malt. I'm picking up coffee notes. Picking up the slightest bit of honey. Um,
mm,
it's very clean smell.
it is. It's crisp for a stout. It's actually got a nice crispness to it.
And you can get that sort of pruny alcohol smell that you get with
Definitely
an
alcohol.
Imperial Stout. So
Yeah, nice and roasty. You know,
very nice color. Too bad it kind of sprayed out all over
I made
Tony's
I made a
hand.
little
But
bit of a mess, and I'm sure I won't be covered by ants by the time we're done doing this.
but we got some.
We're good.
Look at that lacing actually on the there. We got some Really nice lacing for
Swirl here for you. Swirling live, swirling action like you've never seen before in your house.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Shall we?
Let's show.
Smells
Cheers.
great. And we're gonna have a better beer this time. We are on quite this. If you watched the last video last week, I announced that we are on like the longest losing streak we've been on with beers. So we're gonna break it today.
So what? Prost, I think is what the Russians would say. Prost.
I'm only copying you. Yay! I don't speak Russian.
Nor do I.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's
very nutty.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a lot of like a strong nut flavor to it.
I've got to wonder if it was oatmeal at some point.
Yeah.
Whether this is a Russian oatmeal imperial stout, because I'm sure getting a lot of oats flavor and even especially in the aftertaste.
Yeah.
Getting almost like a
very great aftertaste.
Yeah, like the aftertaste almost like toast. I feel like I just had some buttered toast and.
Yeah, the malt is really smooth, clean. If you're a stout fan, I think you're gonna want to try this beer.
My only regret is that it's a small can.
4 ounces. Give me that time.
Uh-oh. There we go.
That was weird. We froze.
Yeah, we kind of froze
there
for a second, hoping it doesn't actually happen in the video.
Well, if it does, it's only for like 2 seconds.
But yeah, I think Chris knows that we dig Russian Imperial stouts, and he did say that this was largely. And again, with the freezing, he did say that was part of the motivation to send this was the unique can, and this truly is. Yeah. I think this is going to end up being on. Are you willing to put this up on your shelf?
Yeah, this is going to have to go up there because this is, like I said, the first time I've ever had a beer out of a can of this size. So therefore, it being a first, and the fact that I really am enjoying the beer, absolutely. Indeed. So look for it in future videos and. Find the can.
We'll say this has a low mouthfeel and low carbonation. I'm not seeing a lot of bubbles coming up from, though it is rather dark. You can always see the little pale.
I'm having a hard time because of the size of the pour, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to really jump in and talk about color or carbonation.
But
I love the lacy silkiness on the glass.
The lacing is very out of this world. It really
it's very creamy and cocoa-y, like you just had finished off a glass of chocolate milk.
And I would say it's a low mouthfeel. You do get the alcohol burn just so slightly.
Yeah, but it's a nice balance. It's not too much. It's not too weak. This is what I think you would want from a Russian.
Flat12. All I'm going to say is make regular size cans.
Maybe they do. Maybe they make every size known to man. I don't know.
It's possible.
Or check out their website maybe and see if what they're.
Maybe I should have done a little homework before this one.
I mean, it has been at my house, not yours. So I've been the way we do it, Chris, the gentleman who sends us these beers. Would you mind keeping down? Thank you. That's him arriving with more beer.
From Indiana.
Basically, because we do the TigerSox series in my garage for the look, is Chris receives these beers from Chris in Indiana, and then I basically hang on to them in the pantry in the house, so that when Chris comes over to film these, they're here. So Chris, if you're watching this, Chris does receive them in the mail, obviously, and then they get brought to me. That's just a side note, not great.
And another side note, next time, if you want to put the beers in the fridge, go right ahead.
Oh, it just depends on the beer. Like a Russian Imperial Stout, I'm glad I didn't chill this one. I actually think this is more enjoyable at room temp. But really smooth, creamy, malty, robust. I'm getting a lot more espresso now as I'm starting to plow through it.
And I think really this was the way to do this in a tumbler, a small glass like a small pour.
I agree.
Small glass like this.
Yeah. Exceptional beer.
It is indeed.
I almost want to say the word textbook. Do you think that's
Actually, this is it's got the 10.5 ABV, it's got the slight alcohol burn, it's got the chocolate malt, it's got the roasty notes, it's got the coffee, has the almost prune or even molassesy aftertaste with the sweetness, and then that taste of bread afterwards.
Which is where I think what I was referring to, that nutty flavor earlier. I think you can kind of
nutty,
can kind of intertwine bread and like a biscuit or a muffin or something, or more like a biscuit really than just a slice of Wonder Bread. But
Yeah, my only complaint about this is that we don't have more of it. So.
Yeah, we're off the schneid. Finally, we had a beer that broke the
It is
streak,
nice to break the slump. It
and
really
we're
is. Yeah.
truly enjoying our first one together in this review in quite a while. So, yeah, great beer. Again, the folks at Flat12, great job. This is going to score.
If you live in the Corn Belt and you're a big fan of Russian Imperial stouts, I got to say, find Flat12 if it's in your area and check the Pinko Russian Imperial Stout out. Love that name.
There's an inside joke there, but I'll spare you.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
too
long
long a
story.
story, exactly. But
Scoring will go.
thank you once again, Chris.
Yes, thank you, Chris.
Thank you for watching.
Absolutely.
And I think Tony and I are gonna just polish off the rest of this beer and
Well, I
enjoy.
always like to ask you though about your score on that tap.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? Where do you think you're going to go with that?
Since it is so textbook, I'd say 4, and because it's in a can, it's gonna get a 4.25.
I was thinking 4.25.
So
Yeah, which is about as good as you're going to get from me. I mean, I think I've only ever given a 5 twice, but yeah, great beer. It's already gone. My 4 ounces are gone.
yeah, I'm hanging on mine just for the Instagram photo.
Yeah,
So,
he's got work to do with his glass. Actually.
Until next time, drink good beer. Don't break the bank doing it. Thanks again, Chris, and cheers.
Bye, y'all. See ya.
See ya.
Toodaloo.